Hello there and welcome for this next video on this playlist where I, Atlas, will take you through Rome playing as a, Rome versus all the other ancient civilizations on the Civilization map. And as you can see here, we're starting to build up our territory a bit more, our military starting to come through. We're building Machu Picchu, and we're still trying to scout as much territory as possible. But we're in this defensiveness towards Alexander, where we're hoping he goes to war with us, as we want to have that righteousness. But we also want to build Machu Picchu, so we're trying to destroy as much as the landscape around us to use that wood production for our city of Rome. Everything goes to Rome. Rome is the heart of the empire. So we go back to Kume. He's built a bath, which is fantastic for us, but we want next now is to build our economicness. We want to build our money. Well, I'm going to put it here instead of here, because the problem with putting on a floodplain is every so often floods will happen. So I'd rather be a bit safer here and not repair it all the time if it keeps getting flooded. So we've got our onager, so we'll move our builder that way, we'll move our legion out, and we'll put the onager, which is basically a catapult on top of the encampment. And we've got that new historic timeline because we built the onager, but because it's a mod, unfortunately we don't get the full picture. But we've gone into medieval era because we've got that sweet feudalism, which will boost our builder charge to 6. We've already used 1 because we built the farm, but now we can start.
Eagles fly the turrets round and seem to flaunt the sky. They eye those walls now crumbling in decay, and scarce from quiet rest their destined prey.
So from chopping down this rainforest just outside Rome, we've now got Machu Picchu, which is fantastic. So now we want to build our arena, and what we want to do is we want to go in and we want to do our advanced planning in here. So what we're next thing going to do is I want to build this campus right here, and we can start boosting towards that. So in theory, when these start chopping down all the trees, we'll get the campus, we'll get the entertainment plaza, and most importantly, get that Colosseum. Rome cannot live without its Colosseum. The bread and circus pact of Rome, which is, if you keep your people fed and entertained, they will never rebel, which is kind of a true saying. You know, Rome wants to have, that's the emperor's bit, so we're now chopping down our woods here. So what we can do is start building some mines here, which will add a bit more beneficial production. Now we're going to go for the Jeddah Bakar, which we cannot. We don't have enough gold to go that way. So what we'll do is we'll go for this. We'll do some fast plans. We'll do water mill, which will produce our production as well as food. Then we'll go for a library, which will boost our science, and then we'll go for an amphitheatre, which will boost our culture. We have this archer who can stay on alert. Honor can move back there, and now we can move our legion back on this hill. As I said, like, I'm fearing Alexander. And what we can do is we can denounce him, start these grievances penalties. So he's, as you can see, very annoyed at us, but we kind of want that. We want him to go to war so we can start, and then we can take some of his lands. Because unfortunately, Egypt's very happy with us, and I'm more than happy to have Egypt friendly with us, because every time we trade with her, we get food. So I'm happy with that. India's going to have a strong military, so they'll be up against us. Persia, they're far away from us, and the same with Greece. So we'll send a delegation to Greece, or declare our friendship. So, you know, Rome wants to have more friends, because when you have more friends, you have more reason to go to war, and more reasons to go to war to conquer more land. But with Alex so close to us and being a military power, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts to come towards us.
I've lived through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened.
So, is there anything we want to change? No, because we want to still build up our ancient and classical wonders. And now, because we've built that arena, we can now build the Colosseum over here. And then we're going to start boosting our production by destroying trees around us to boost Rome's production. Next, we'll probably want to go for Alliance Civil Service. Who do we boost? I think we'll go for Pingala, because this city here is going to have a sweet amount of science in Riviera. So we'll move into Riviera and he'll start to boost the science and culture coming from there. I would also go to Antium over one of these two this way, but I feel because we're quite near to Alexandria here, having another governor here will boost city loyalty. Because it shows to the city that the Emperor cares in this case, or the leader cares. At the moment we're the autocrats, Trojans, so I'm guessing we're at this moment where there's kind of military tyrants, monarchy, prince, whatever. I have found a mod which you can change the government tiles where it's a bit more historical and adds more titles to it.
We're all apprentices in a craft where no one ever becomes a master.
So we've now got our apprenticeship now. We want to go for construction, because then if we were able to build here, say the terracotta army, our units from Melanon will not only get doubled, but they also, all units will have this crucial extra XP. So they'll get a rank. So we've got our Eprete. So now we've got all unique units of Rome, which is great. Now we want to start, so I think what I'll do is I'll chop this last forest down round Rome and we'll start to use that to boost our production. And we've now claimed this little tribal village up here and we've granted a recon unit. Oops. What we can do with this recon unit is put it on one of our cities and just sit back and wait while we build some traders, because I think what I will do is after Ravenna, I'm going in Rome, especially because Rome's probably the best place to build our settlers. So we start building our settlers and we'll go at Destral Hall first, because then once our city's put down we immediately get a free builder. And what we can do here is put a bathhouse down, because then we can get a bath after a campus, then maybe a water mill, and then go for those lot. So because we've got grievances with him, he wants to claim some money from us. I'm more than happy to have some money from you to open our borders, so it means his troops can move in, and I'm guessing he probably wants to do that so he can come round and take Zanzibar, which I'm a bit anxious about, but there's not much I can do. I could go to war with him, but he's a friend with us, and that would a declared friend, and that would lead us to have more grievances, and we kind of don't want that. We don't want everyone hating us. What we can do is just to disturb him, we'll move our horse units down towards here, because they'll be quick, mobile, and we can just move them down. So here I think I'm going to go for chop down one more trees. You know, the environment's not going to kill us just yet. So we've now found a barbarian encampment. This would be great for Boudica, but she's too busy commanding the legion over here, which will hopefully in 3 turns become an army, which would be fantastic. So we can get rid of the entertainment plaza, we can get rid of the campus because we know the campus is being built there, and rid of the wonder because we know the wonder's being built there. And our scout is going to get hit by the quadrine, which is a ranged C unit, as well as probably get killed by the spear unit, which he just survived. Barely. Oh god. Better move him out, but he's most likely going to be dying from the quadrine, which will come after him, which is not good. So we just ended this turn here. As you can see, our horse units are moving down towards Platinum. And then we'll chop down this last tree, so in 2 turns we should get the Colosseum. Absolutely fantastic. So we'll wait for this scout, just wait here for the moment. Because we want to have, after construction, we want to go for the harbour so we're able to embark. We can go straight onto shipbuilding, we can embark and then go from there. Because we do kind of should have a coastal city. So we can start using that coastalness to build up our some of our naval units and maybe hopefully push us towards expanding outwards. Our scout is now down here, ran into trouble with 2 barbarians, and our scout up here is now dead from the quadrille.
While the Colosseum stands, Rome shall stand. When the Colosseum falls, Rome shall fall. When Rome falls, the world shall fall.
This is in reference to what I said about the bread and circus. As long as the people of Rome, not the peasantry, but the plebs, the poor people, are kept happy, they're never going to rebel against their leaders. And that's what's in reference. As long as the Colosseum stands and still giving games and entertainment, Rome won't fall. However, once it starts stopping, the people will start to get agitated, angry, and that, which we don't want. You can see here we've got a nice big city here for
The 4 building blocks of the universe are fire, water, gravel, and vinyl.
So now we want, so instead of building our little, we want to build our terracotta army. So we're going to go straight into the terracotta army, and we're going to boost production Milanum, which should take 14 turns. We've now got our army of Legion, which is fantastic. Next, I think we'll go for Celestial Navigation first, and then we'll build a market down here. We'll sprint our scout out of danger, hopefully up towards here, so we can start scouting India's territory because they've allowed us to walk our troops through there. Which is good, they're giving us money to do so. We've got our governor Pingala in Vienna, so hopefully he'll help with producing the campus as well as boosting some science towards that. So we've got 4 turns to our ancestral halls built in our government plaza, and as you see we've got cities to start to put down. So I think what I might do is I'm going to start to really push for the settler. So we're going to push our settler as much as we can, as we want to start to expand and secure our borders to make sure no cities are too close to us. So we'll probably put our bathhouse here, so it's out of the way of the floodplain, so it won't get destroyed. We'll keep trade with Alexandria because not only do they give us a bit of production, they also give us some food, which is for me perfectly great. We'll secure our city down here with our horse units. So yeah, so we're getting our culture mainly from Antium, which is up here. But as you can see, we're getting quite a lot of culture, a lot from Rome, a lot from Antium, a lot from Ravenna, so our big cities are producing quite a lot. However, our science is not doing brilliantly. But what we can, we'll boost that now with some of our library. Whoops, and I think we're going to build a builder as well. I think in all our cities next we'll try having a builder being built. And we can use some of our money to buy a builder, which I think will be quite useful. I'll wait next turn and we can build a builder here in Rome and start to use up these mines and boost Rome's economy.
It's all papers and forms. The entire civil service is like a fortress made of papers, forms, and red tape.
I can't disagree with that. We don't really need any of the civil prestige or retainers because actually our cities are doing quite well with loyalty. And we'll probably go for divine right now to become that full monarchy. So the next tier of next tier in the government thing, in the government tiers on this game, and we'll go for our builder. And what we can do is now start to do our alliances. Because we'll be trading her with a lot, we can start having that economy with her, which is fine by me. I think with Jambakuta, he's not got to the alliances yet, so we can't make an alliance. We can make an alliance with Greece, and I think probably a science one would be quite nice. Give him a bit of gold to persuade in. What about Persia? We can have an alliance with him. We'll probably go with cultural alliance with Persia. Even though it's cost us a bit of gold and it's taken us, but actually in the long run it will be beneficial. So they will never try and go to war with us. They won't go try war with us. They won't go to war with us. And Rome tends to normally stick close by with its allies in the early period. Later period when they're huge and big, they just wanted to take over everything.
Set your course by the stars, not by the lights of every.
So we've now got celestial navigation, and I think the next one we'll go for is mathematics, because then we can build Petra here and boost our economy in Antioch. And because we've only got really one city, like we'll go to Amphi, which is up here. It'd be quite nice to have them boost ourselves, and we have now government thing. So what we're going to do is promote him to science. So he starts to, because we've only got science in this building over here, and I think that'd be quite useful. But actually what I think I might do is I'll reassign him up to Antioch, and I think the next one I'm going to do, the next governor is hire Ling, because she boosts builders, and I think that'd be quite useful for Ravenna, because we're going to have him, that city, boosting out builders. So we'll start building our little mines to add more production to Roma. We'll start building, improving Antioch's territory. We can now build from construction. We can build wood camps in our forests, so we don't actually have to destroy them, and they'll add that extra production as well as that food. So as you can see, we're doing quite well with our civilization. We've got 4 more turns, and we're in the medieval period, even though it's 225 BC. It doesn't always work out that you're doing this alongside the historical time. There was a gameplay I was playing where I somehow managed to have space technology already in 1425. So sometimes you can have a really good gameplay where you're just completely out of it, in the sense that you're technologically so more advanced and culturally that you have like muskets, like rocket technology in that very, very early. Or there's some other gameplays I've played where you do end up being at the same time as the rest of the technologically with everyone else. So we've just had a flood here north of Rome. Not too brilliant, but it's fine. You know, it doesn't affect Rome. There wasn't anything there, so it's not too bad. So we'll go start to harvest our little pigs for our nice pork down here. So our science is now picking up, so we're now at the range as everyone else. Culturally, we're a little bit behind Egypt in Coupe, but that's because Egypt has a lot more cities, and their cities are a lot bigger. They grow exponentially huge.
If I were again beginning my studies, I would follow the advice of Plato and start with mathematics.
Because Egypt, if they're built along floodplains, which they are, and rivers, their cities just boost in food production, which kind of sticks with Egypt. Egypt was the breadbasket of the Roman Empire, so it does seem quite right. We'll go with shipbuilding, and we can boost our production down here, and what we'll go for is science. So we pop our science just here. We'll get 4 a turn. We'll move this builder down here. builder can start to help this city-state over here. So great people, we're nowhere. Oops, no, we could go for a religion, but we haven't got a holy site, so we're not producing anything for a religion. But that's fine by Rome. And I think at the end of this turn, I will start to end this off, and we've now got an extra trader, which is fantastic. So we can start having more trading and building up our relationships with our neighbours. So we've now got to this point where we're near India, so we're going to start scouting his territory. We've got a builder coming up in Kume, some more builders here, so we can start really improving the tiles in our city, in our empire, and start gaining the rewards of these resources and the territory that we own. So I will catch you on the next one.